Hey, what's up, everybody? BDF44 coming at you another video. All right, so we're talking about the Lakers and the Blazers tonight in LA. We're finally home, finally back at the crib, Crypto.com Arena, to play the Portland Trail Blazers. And the Portland Trail Blazers are depleted of guards just like we are. No Brogdon, no Scoot, obviously no Dame. He's sent off to the Bucks. So they got a guy by the name of Skylar Mays who had 18 points, 11 assists, 8 of 15 shooting in the previous game. This is a G League guy who's making his name known. They just turned his two-way contract into a regular contract, not only because he's playing well, but because of obvious necessity. Both teams are really depleted, man. I'm not going to lie to you. Portland's missing a lot of guys, man. Robert Williams III is going to be out for the rest of the season with knee surgery. Who else, man? It was somebody else that they had missing as well that I was kind of surprised to see off of their team. But they do have some forwards that you have to pay a lot of attention to. Of course, it starts with Shaedon Sharpe. Shaedon Sharpe is a young player that they picked 7th overall last year in the draft who can jump out of the gym. One of the very best leapers in this NBA right now. His jump shot is super wet. Super talented young fella who's getting a whole lot of run with their team. Another guy that you must pay attention to is Jeremy Grant, who is on a tear right now. His ceiling goes high on both sides of the floor. They gave him a 5-year deal worth a lot of money, and he's living up to that contract early to start this year. He looks great for them, and is being asked to do a lot. And of course, you got to pay attention to a guy by the name of DeAndre Ayton, who has a resurgence in Portland as well, playing some of the best ball he's played since being drafted. So you got 3 guys there who are playing great, but it's not translating to a whole lot of wins for them. They're just coming off of a loss, I believe, against the Sacramento Kings, where they had a close game with them, where Mays played as well as he did, but they lost by like 3 points. I think Grant had like 30-something. He was really up there in the sky with his stats, out of necessity, given the fact that they are so depleted. You got a game also there where they had two back-to-back games against the Grizzlies, where they split those meetings. The first one they won by a couple of points. The second one they lost. I'm not sure by what. But one thing I noticed about them in the stats is that their three-point shooting is a bit subpar. They've been in the 30% range from behind the arc, 40% range from the field. So they're shooting about as poorly as we did for the last couple games, as the Lakers have not had their greatest shooting performance of the year. Their performances have been pretty subpar. We know how we've been. We talked a lot about it on this channel in regards to our first quarter starts and how slow they've been. Just continuing to think about the Portland Trail Blazers, you got to consider a guy by the name of Matisse Thybulle, who's obviously, if you know of him, a fantastic defender, one of the very best defenders out there. But his offense is kind of comes and goes, more so goes, to be honest with you. But we did see him last year shoot the lights out against us, where Portland just kind of broke records shooting threes against us in one particular matchup last year that we won't soon forget. So this is a situation where, because Portland is so depleted, man, Ish Wainwright they got from the Phoenix Suns off of waivers. He's also out with a calf. So they're just very depleted, man. But they do have a guy on this team named Toumani Camara that they also got from Phoenix that I know is going to get a lot of minutes. He had about 25 minutes in the last game. His ceiling goes up pretty high. So we're going to have to keep an eye on Toumani, the rookie that they have there. And another rookie, I don't know his first name, it escapes me, but his last name is Walker. And why is that significant? Because if you're a Laker fan, you know his pops. Samaki Walker's son is on the Portland Trail Blazers playing some forward. And since they're so depleted, I expect for him to get some minutes tonight. So this is one of those situations where you can't play around with their front court. With Grant, Thybulle, Walker, all of these guys are forwards. You have to take them very seriously. And that is really what it comes down to for me. Shaedon Sharpe. Skylar Mays is the guy that's going to be setting up their offense. They're going to have to play him practically 40 minutes because they don't have another pure point guard on the floor for themselves. In fact, they don't have another legitimate guard, I don't think, on that floor, to be honest. Skylar Mays is not a point guard himself, but they are having him play that. He's listed as a shooting guard, but he did a great job setting their offense up, so he's going to get the most of their playmaking duties. So we're going to have to put pressure on that young fella. Understand that he shot very well in the last game. His talent goes up. His confidence is sky high. And if we can shut him down, they ain't going to have a whole lot of cohesiveness on that team, trying to feed all of their talented bigs. So that's really what it's about, man. Understand the leaping ability of a Jeremy Grant. of a Shaden Sharp, of a DeAndre Ayton. They're gonna fly, man. They're definitely gonna be lob threats tonight, and we're gonna see them not only in this game but several days from now when we get them in between another matchup with the Grizzlies. So we're gonna know this Portland Trailblazer team very well. We're gonna know Shaden Sharp. We're gonna know Skylar Mays. We're gonna know Tamani Kamara. We're gonna know Ayton, of course, as we always have. Jeremy Grant is the main star right now, getting all the eats down there. And so we're just going to have to carry forth what we had, which was a fantastic second half against the Phoenix Suns, into this matchup against the Blazers at home, where we expect to win against a depleted Blazer team. The Lakers look great in the fourth quarter of the last game, man. You got to give credit to Cam Reddish for shooting 5 threes in that game after having so much said about him missing the final 3-point shot in the corner against the Miami Heat. He came back in emphatic fashion and shot the lights out. Just love that. LeBron James is continuing his tear. He's an MVP candidate, if you ask me, keeping us above the fray with a 4-5 record, having the team play terrible around him, having most of the team be depleted around him. However, I don't know that LeBron James will be able to play tonight. He did have something tweak a little something. I don't know what, some part of his leg might have been tweaked in some way. In the last game, he showed a great deal of discomfort, even though he finished the game. I think they're probably going to sit him in this one. He is questionable. My gut says he's sitting. Anthony Davis is probable, although he didn't look like he had his full range of motion in the last game either. But he's expected to play. Rui Hachimura is back. He's expected to play, but we're still missing Vanderbilt, still missing Jalen Hood-Schifino, and ultimately are also missing Gabe Vincent in this matchup. So we're still not healthy, Lakers. We're still down 2 guards, Lakers. And because of it, we're going to need a lot out of D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves, and anyone else who's going to be playing the guard spot for us tonight. So it's the battle of the teams without guards, man. That's really what it comes down to. These are 2 of the more injury-stricken teams in the Western Conference right now. And we're going to run out there the best we can with what we have. This is not a in-season tournament matchup, but the Grizzly game after this will be, so I wonder if that has something to do. Will have something to do in regards to our effort, because against the Rockets we didn't do much of anything in terms of effort, and then against the Suns we were playing like it was a playoff game. So I know this tournament turns the heat up, but I want to see the Lakers compete in every game, no matter who's on the floor, no matter what the stakes are. So that's what I'm asking my team to give us tonight. It's great to have Rui Hachimura playing at a high level. He shot the ball very well 2 games ago. Very happy about that. Austin Reeves has been trying to get himself out of this funk that he's been in, and the last 2 games have been much better for him. Hopefully this can be a continuation of good play for him. And we're very happy this game is not in the Rose Garden or whatever they call their building now, Moda Arena. I don't know what they call it now. But because we usually have trouble in that building. Just to be honest with you, historically the Lakers don't really play well against the Blazers anyway. It's just a team that kind of usually has our numbers. Hopefully this is not a continuation of those issues tonight. The Los Angeles Lakers are a team that struggled a lot. We talked about our 3-point shooting. We've talked so very much about our defensive rebounding and how many second chance points were given up to just about every team we faced on this road trip. We went 1-3 on the previous road trip, having dropped games to the Orlando Magic, the Miami Heat, and the Houston Rockets. Only one of those games was close. That Miami game, as we've already talked about. So finishing off with a road win in Phoenix to get a 1-0 record in the tournament was fantastic. And we have momentum going into this particular matchup after playing very poorly. So yeah, we're going to need our team to continue on that mission that we've been on. We're definitely going to need our team to continue to have confidence. And I would hope Bron is able to play tonight, because we really don't function well without either one of our stars. We haven't been forced to play without Bron, which is why my gut tells me we will not see him tonight. But we got to let him heal at the end of the day. And then if he is going to have a pulled something or whatever it's going to be, he's played a lot of minutes to start the season. He's 38, almost 39 years of age next month. It'd be wise for us to sit him, make sure he's 100%. So I'm expecting that, even though it's saying he's questionable. We do have Jackson Hayes back. I believe he played in the Phoenix game as well, although we didn't use him very much. But our team is slowly starting to come back together, man. We had Prince out for a while. He's been back for about 3 games. As I said, Rui's back 100%. And so Jackson Hayes was the other guy that we were waiting on besides the other guards there. Of course, Vando, who we expect to miss another couple weeks. All three of the guys that are missing right now are going to be missing for another couple weeks. So everybody who was expected to be back soon is back now. It's the best thing I can say for us. What else, man? Want to see the Maxes get some minutes since this team is depleted. I would love to see Maxi Lewis and Max Christie get more minutes, although Max Christie didn't shoot very well in on the road trip. It doesn't matter. We're back home, and I think confidence can definitely be found from players who didn't play well on the road in the crib. So hopefully that will be a translation for all of our team to shoot well, man. So, yeah, that's really what it comes down to, man. Keep an eye on Jeremy Grant, Shaedon Sharpe, and Skylar Mays and Ayton. I mean, they're all going to have to come together to contribute to any type of success they're about to have. They've been dropping games. I think they're like 2-7 or something like that. They're not a very good team, but we also understand that they're down some very talented players, man. Both of the guys that got in that Celtics trade for Drew Holiday are injured. Surprise. Last person who's surprised that Malcolm Brogdon and Robert Williams is hurt. It's me. I told y'all those two of the most injury-prone players on the planet. I don't know how the hell the Portland Trailblazers did not expect this. I would have traded Drew Holiday anywhere but there because of the return. That package is trash. I mean, Robert Williams plays an average of 30 games a year. This year he played, 5 games? And he's already out for basically the season? I mean, if ever there was somebody you just look at and say he's talented if he's on the floor, but he's never on the floor, it's him. So I don't know what Portland's doing, man. I really think they should have kept Drew Holiday. I said that from the beginning. They should have probably traded Anthony Simons, who is also out with a broken finger. That's the guy I forgot to tell y'all. Another guard that they have is out. It's like, this stuff was foreseeable, man. At the end of the day, even Scoot Henderson was starting to have injury issues near the tail end of his season with the whatever the team it was, Ignite. He was starting to have issues with them. He showed signs of being injury prone in the preseason and in the summer league. So it's like he's got his injury issues. Malcolm Brogdon's injury prone. Anthony Simons is not injury prone, but he just so happens to be out. So it's like you're paying all this money to these guards. Got this huge return supposedly for Dame, and that return is basically out. Like the whole damn return is out, basically. Tamari Kamara is out there. And Ayton is out there. Everybody else they got in that trade is pretty much hurt. So it's like, you get what you get, Portland. It's probably karma for them trying to push Dame out any damn way. He told them that since he couldn't go to Miami, he was going to be willing to come back, and they told him no. Their pride got in the way, and now they got a bunch of injury-prone garbage they cannot use. Works for me. I grew up hating the Blazers. But nevertheless, it is what it is, man. I hope we can get a win from them tonight since they're so depleted. And I suspect that their injury-prone issues are going to continue, man. When you build your team made of glass, it's going to be like this. You're going to get this type of crap where you're relying upon Skylar Mays to be your only point guard. It's like, that's what you get. Should have kept Dame. But, yeah, that's what it is, man. Scoot Henderson expected to miss another 2 weeks. Simon's expected to miss another 4 weeks. Who knows how long Brogdon's out, but even if he's going to be back soon, he'll be out again very soon, just the same. You know that. So these are just things you can expect, man. But at least they got Ayton intact. You know, they can expect for him to be pretty healthy for the most part. He's a very good player, playing much better ball for them than he did with Phoenix because he actually wants to be there. He's one of them dudes where if I don't like where I'm at, I'm not gonna play hard. But if I like where I'm at, you're gonna see the best of me, and that's what you're seeing there in Portland. He just happy to be away from Phoenix. He don't care where he plays. It's not Phoenix anymore. And so that's what it is, man. Portland is not that good of a team. I think they would be if they had their full spectrum of players, especially the way Jeremy Grant's playing and the jump that Shaedon Sharpe has made. You can expect Shaedon Sharpe to go for 25, 30 points tonight, especially if we don't guard him properly. And we got to respect that size, man. I tell y'all, Lakers, we haven't rebounded the ball well. This is a good offensive rebounding team. Grant and Ayton are going to get their boards, man. So you can expect for us to give up another 13 to 20 offensive rebounds tonight. Just expect it. It's coming. And that is a problem, a big one. So we did have a good D'Angelo Russell game in the Phoenix matchup. Hopefully he can carry his game forward. He will have a soft matchup against this Mays guy. I don't think that person should have a whole lot of success guarding him, but you never know. So these are the type of things where I expect D'Lo and Austin to kind of have a softer matchup to a degree, depending on how we run them tonight. But that's what it's about, man. If LeBron ain't out there, we're gonna need those guys to step all the way up. Ain't no way around it. They can't just play in. No, we want to win tonight. We want to crawl back into 500. We don't want to find ourselves in a big old hole. And dropping games like this will definitely give you that. The Lakers' story this year, we've been beating the good teams and losing to the bad ones, y'all. That's really what it comes down to. With the exception of that Denver game, who nobody's beating right now. We beat the Clippers, beat the Phoenix Suns twice. We only have 4 wins. You know what I'm saying? And those teams are with Kevin Durant on the floor, and obviously Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and Bradley Beal. We can beat those guys, but we're having trouble with everybody else. So this is an everybody else type of game. And with the way that Jeremy Grant is playing, I don't want to be disappointed this evening. You know, we're coming off a really good second half, but that first half was just as bad as it's been there all year long. We are the worst first quarter team through 9 games in the history of NBA basketball. That is who we are. And with that being said, we have 4 wins under our belt through 9 games. I say that's a dang good thing. So we need to continue to try to do what works. Hopefully we can get another good game out of Cam and see his shot fall, since it fell so very well in the last game. And hopefully Austin and D'Lo don't have a one-for tonight, because they've both had one-fors with volume shooting this year that led to losses. So we need Anthony Davis to play better than he did in the last game. I did appreciate him going 8 for 8 from the free throw line. I didn't hear a whole lot being said about that, but him going perfect from the free throw line, you don't win the game if he doesn't do that. In fact, you don't win the game if he ain't out there, obviously. You saw how bad we looked against the Rockets. So even a half Anthony Davis for us is a big deal. And we appreciate him being able to run out there, man. Hopefully he doesn't have any setbacks. Hopefully sleeping in his own bed after a nice long road trip will make a difference for him, get his own type of treatment, whatever, how that goes, and be ready tonight. So that's really what it is, man. Ain't too much to say in regards to what I'm expecting, other than we're probably going to give up a lot of offensive rebounds to that very talented front court, man. Grant and Ayton, I just expect them to eat. Jeremy Grant and the Walker guy too. Look out for don't know what his first name is, but the rookie's gonna make a name for himself. We'll know by the end of the week. Samaki's kid. So yeah, man, Tamani Kamara, they gave him 25 minutes, as I told you guys already. I know he can play. I know Phoenix is gonna regret letting him go in that trade. They are. Mark my words, they're gonna regret that. He's gonna be a better Blazer than people even aware of, and I see it coming. So get ready for Tamari Kamara to probably want to play well on the road against us. And enter the legend of Skylar Mays, man. When guys move out of the way and everybody's hurt in your position, here's what dreams are made of. Now you got a prime time game against the LA Lakers on Sunday at Crypto.com Arena. I mean, this is what it's all about for a guy like that. He was playing in the G League, didn't expect to get any minutes, but you just never know. You stay ready, you keep working on your craft. This is the type of stuff that makes a name for yourself right here. He's coming off a fantastic game against the Sacramento Kings. Now he has a prime time matchup against the LA Lakers. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that for a guy who, when he was brought to this team, probably thought he was going to be playing behind 5 and 6 guards to start the season. But that is not the case. He gets to raise his value, maybe make himself some money tonight. So I expect he's going to play well. I think the Lakers should expect he's going to play well and put pressure on that dude, because at the end of the day, he's a G League guy. He is not their first choice, their second choice, or their third choice at point guard. He's their 4th choice at point guard and their only option at point guard. So get him in foul trouble, and they don't have one. Then they're going to be relying upon forwards and centers to be passing to one another to make things happen. We can take advantage of that. So that's what I'm thinking, man. Do not underestimate the power of a defensive mind like Jeremy Grant. He's going to block shots. He's going to rebound the ball. He's going to lock somebody up. So be ready for that. He is fine-tuned. He's been in the league for like 10 years. This looks like an all-star season for him. And he has a hell of a front court mate in Ayton. So that's where their strength lies. Do not underestimate the ability for a guy like Shaedon Sharpe to stretch the floor. He's got all the athleticism in the world, so he's definitely going to have some highlights tonight that we won't forget. and lobs and stuff like that is just to be expected. And like I said, Matisse Thybulle, when you consider him matched up with Grant, he's gonna lock some people up too and create problems in the passing lanes and steal the ball and in all kinds of weird ways that you do not like. So that's going to be the problem. The Portland Trailblazers, two talented defenders down there. I expect for them to cause a lot of trouble for guys like Austin Reeves. Anybody we put on the floor, Rui Hachimura, they're gonna take the ball from them dudes. They are. So be ready for the turnovers to be a little higher than we want it to be against a depleted basketball team. Because Thybulle's gonna get his steals, Grant's gonna get his steals. Just understand that. They're gonna make plays. So that is my thought, man. That is my thought. It's a team full of forwards, man. The Blazers are a forward basketball squad right now, and their lack of guard depth should really be what we should be able to take advantage of. So hopefully that'll be the case, man. I wish I knew what time this game started. I ain't paid attention to that. I think it says 7 o'clock, but I'm not really sure. I know we're going to be wearing our home whites. That goes without saying since it's Sunday. But yeah, it's a game at Crypto with the Blazers, man. Be ready for that. My name is BDF44. I thank you all for watching.